Hey everyone, it's Ed at GameSpace here once again. And the holidays are over, which means a number of things for us at GameSpace. It means that we can get back to gaming on the large screen rather than have to use our mobiles while we're on the road and get in some small screen gaming. We can slip those back in our pockets and look at something that's got a few more pixels. Now, while that would normally mean that we would pick up something from a brand with a history in back panel lit gaming monitors, lots of refresh rate, tons of pixels, and HDR, there are alternatives because why settle for 32 or even 40 inches of gaming goodness when you can have 60, 200 even? That is because we got this. This is the XGIMI Horizon projector. Now, normally you might think of home projectors as something that you wouldn't necessarily go for gaming, but this has a few features under the bonnet which might mean that when we're hoping to frag or just completely failing at COD, we're still going to do it with high refresh rate and plenty of response time. So, before we get into all the features in our review, let's go ahead and unbox the XGIMI Horizon projector and see if this full HD system has what it takes to game. So why don't we begin getting the XGIMI projector unboxed? We've already removed the cellophane, and this thing, as you might see, does have some size and heft to it. It obviously isn't going to be a completely portable projector, and it probably weighs something like 3 to 4 kilos. I'll put the actual numbers in the full review, but that's what it feels like offhand. So just while we get this unboxed, we're going to be expecting a projector that hopefully doesn't knock over my camera. As you open the projector up, we get some documentation right at the top. This lovely little bit of documentation is really just here to tell us that we're getting a projector that's powered by Android TV. So it's a full entertainment system. You get similar functions to that which you'd expect on a smart TV, which is great for when we're going ahead and we're watching anything that, say, Netflix might provide that is related to gaming. But for now, let's just chuck that out of the way. We've got some seriously thick foam padding here, which is great to see. I'm honestly not sure whether this is recyclable though, and I'm not even sure if you want it to be recyclable at this point, because a cardboard insert may not be any good for keeping this in one piece, because this, oh, it's heavy. Just move the packaging to one side. So this is the XGIMI Horizon projector. Let's just take the film lid off. Oh, that's really nice that it's got the button layout on there, so I can refer back to that. Obviously, it's not going to be a permanent reference manual, but it's nice to have there anyway. It's also got some other bits and pieces on it, telling us not to, you can't see that now, but not to look directly at the projector. Well, the light emitting source. You want to look at the projector, you're not going to be able to see what you're doing. On the top of it, it comes in a nice kind of, it's a plastic shell. It comes in black and silver, as you might be able to see here. And a fairly industrial, as you can see here, the projector itself is a kind of black and silver design. It's got a relatively premium and slightly industrial feel to it, the way that it's put together. The black top and some of the other plastic components are offset against a silver, and I do believe it feels like brushed aluminium side panel, which is a really nice touch. It's a little bit of an unusual decision to go with this two-tone in terms of aesthetics. So if it doesn't fit your room, you may have to look into that. On the back here, we've got a number of ports, including power, Ethernet, 2 HDMI ports, USB, and what appears to be digital audio. We've got plenty of vents along the back here as well, which will allow for lots of ventilation, as the rest of the perforations on the side here are for two Harman Kardon 8-watt speakers that should provide Dolby DTS sound. The lens on the front here has a nice strappy bit. I'm going to leave that on there. That provides 2,200 lumens of light, I believe, and has a throw ratio of 1.2 to 1, if I remember right. So if you are lay a human out lengthwise, you get something just over a 60-inch display, which is pretty reasonable. I'm going to put this all to one side at the moment, and we're going to go ahead and see if there's anything else left in the box. This is looking pretty empty at the moment. Let's just check. Let's get rid of that packaging. And on the inside, we actually have our power and remote. So we've got an accessories pack. Let's take a look at that. Here we have the accessories pack, which includes the manual, which of course we all know I always read, although I probably will have to actually read that. We've got a fairly sizable power brick, which is going to move a number of the components for power outside of the projector, meaning that it's going to have less heat to deal with. We've obviously got the power cable itself, and we've got the Android TV remote, which looks pretty slick, again with that silver and black configuration, using the same sort of materials, it looks like, as well. So we've got what appears to be a metallic, certainly feels metallic, cool finish along the majority of it, and then a warmer plastic finish along the rest of the buttons. But we'll certainly unbox that and have a little look further when we do the full review here at GameSpace. For now, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to plug this in and see what sort of performance we get when we go gaming.